Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving into something you've definitely seen in the store, probably been a little bit curious about, and maybe, just maybe, a little confused by. Yep, we're talking about Manuka honey. We're going to decode it all for you. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You see that little jar with that big, eye-watering price tag, and you can't help but wonder, is this stuff for real? Is it actually liquid gold, or am I just about to pay a whole lot for some clever marketing? It's a great question, and I promise, by the end of this, you'll know the answer. So here's our game plan to get you from confused to totally confident. First, we'll get into what makes this honey so special. Then, we'll navigate that crazy maze of breeding systems. After that, we'll crack the code on the two most important labels, UMF and MGO. And finally, we'll give you a super simple guide to finding the perfect jar for you. Let's do this! Okay, so what is it that separates this honey from the stuff you get in that little plastic bear? Well, it all boils down to where it comes from, which is a very specific and pretty rare place. See, this is not your everyday honey. It's what's called a monofloral honey, which is just a fancy way of saying the bees that make it are getting their nectar from just one single flower, the Manuka bush. This tough little plant only grows in the wild, rugged landscapes of New Zealand and some parts of Australia. And that unique source is what starts to give this honey its superpowers. So here's the deal. First, the Manuka bush has this super short blooming season. We're talking just a few weeks a year. So right off the bat, it's incredibly rare. But the real magic, the thing everyone talks about, is a unique compound inside it called methylglyoxal, or MGO for short. That MGO is what gives Manuka its potent antibacterial punch, making it a go-to for everything from soothing a scratchy throat to helping with your digestion and even for skincare. Okay, so you get it. It's rare, it's powerful, you're on board. You head to the store to grab a jar, and that is exactly where things get complicated. This is the big hurdle we need to clear, because you're immediately hit with this wall of confusing numbers and acronyms. UMF, MGO, K-Factor, NPA. What does it all mean? It honestly feels more like you're trying to crack some kind of secret agent code than just, buying honey. And trust me, you are not alone in feeling that way. And yeah, this is pretty much what it looks like, right? Just total chaos. You've got one jar screaming, I'm a 15 plus, and the one right next to it says MGO 550 plus. Then there are these other ones thrown in there too. So can you even compare them? Is a bigger number always better? It feels impossible to make the right choice when you don't have the decoder ring. Well, guess what? We've got your decoder ring right here. To cut through all that noise, we're just going to focus on the two main systems you need to know, the ones that really matter, UMF and MGO. Okay, this is the big aha moment, so listen up. The easiest way to think about it is like this. UMF is the gold standard. It's a complete quality report card that guarantees not just the potency, but the authenticity of the honey. MGO, on the other hand, is simply the potency score. It's a straightforward number that just tells you how much of that powerful MGO stuff is in the jar. So UMF certifies the overall quality, while MGO just measures the punch. And to really see why UMF is the gold standard, you just have to look at everything it tests for. Yeah, it checks the MGO level for potency, of course. But it also tests for something called leptospirin, which proves it's actually from the Manuka plant. It checks the HME to see how stable it'll be on the shelf, and it checks HMF to make sure it's fresh and hasn't been overheated. It's really the whole package. Alright, you've officially cracked the code. You get the science, you get the labels. Now for the fun part, turning all that knowledge into buying the right jar. Let's make this super practical. Here it is. Seriously, take a picture of this, screenshot it, tattoo it on your arm, whatever you need to do. This is your ultimate cheat sheet. For just everyday wellness, like in your tea or on some toast, you're looking for a UMF between 5 plus and 10 plus, or an MGO from 100 plus to 250 plus. If you need a bit of a therapeutic boost for a sore throat, you'll want to level up to UMF 10 plus to 15 plus, or MGO 250 plus to 550 plus. And for that really high strength stuff, you're in the UMF 15 plus and up range, which means an MGO of 550 plus or even higher. See? It's that simple. So let's boil it all down. The next time you go shopping, it's a simple 3-step mission. Step 1, define your need. Is this for my morning yogurt or for a nasty cough? Step 2, match the grade. Just pull up that cheat sheet and find the numbers that fit what you need. And step 3, this one is crucial. Look for that official UMF trademark on the label. That little logo is your absolute guarantee of quality. And look, it's not just us saying it. This is why experts call the UMF system the most rigorous one out there. Because it isn't just about what's in the honey. It's a guarantee of where it came from. That certification of authenticity and New Zealand origin is basically your shield against fake products. It ensures you're getting the real deal that you're paying for. And just like that, the Manuka maze is solved. No more confusion. You are now fully equipped to walk down that grocery store aisle with total confidence, decode any label you see, and pick the perfect jar for your needs and your budget. So you've got the knowledge. The only question left is, what are you going to use it for first? Thanks for tuning in to The Explainer.